Hi, this is Brittany DeVault for SPCE 638, Section 806 with Dr. Diana Wilson. This is the Module 5 video summary. Topics, justification, relevance, treatment integrity, reporting, social validity, and changing criteria and design. My VISI pre-exam score for concepts and principles was 71%, and I'm still having a lot of trouble with distinguishing between changing criterions, design, the CCD, and the various other experimental designs in the SAF Meds deck. My articles I chose were Trends in Reporting, Procedural Integrity, a Comparison, ABA Finding Its Heart During a Pandemic, and Exploration and Social Validity, and Best Practices in Utilizing the Changing Criterion Design. So for the first article, it found the things I gleaned from it. Internal validity is measured on how well the independent variable or intervention was implemented. I still struggle with distinguishing the terms integrity, validity, accuracy, and reliability. So in the article, the first report of procedural integrity was in 1982, which was a very low number of 23% for studies published between 1969 and 1980. The article described two ways of procedural integrity failure. There's omission, which is leaving out a component, and commission, adding in a component. This review looked at 2,304 articles from the Behavioral Analysis and Practice, the Journal of Organizational Behavior Management, and the Journal of Applied Behavioral Analysis. JABA came in at 22.8% for procedural integrity data reporting and shows an upward trend in the last 15 years. The Journal of Organizational Behavioral Management reported 23.7 for the years 2000 to 2020, and Behavioral Analysis in Practice reported 46.8 for the years 2008 to 2019. Next article. It begins with stating that they believe that within the decision-making model suggested by the articles published in Behavioral Analysis and Practice during the time of the pandemic, that considering feedback from stakeholders and consumers is not touched upon enough. Noted that social validity, social importance, and social significance have been used as synonyms for each other, but they are distinct. Social significance refers to its importance to society, and social validity refers to the appropriateness and acceptability of the interventions and the outcomes, focusing on how, number one, socially important the target behavior is, number two, the implementation of the behavior change procedures, and three, how the outcomes affect society. Continuing on, they suggested structured methods for assessing social validity. Some of them were the TEI, 15 questions with a 7-point Likert scale. It attempts to objectify the subjective measure of being satisfied with services. Next, the TEISF, it's 9 questions, Likert scale of 5, focuses on treatment acceptability mostly, but also ethical issues, found to be more approachable by those completing it. The TARF or TARF-R, it's a 7-point Likert scale focusing on procedural concerns, expenses, how the stakeholder perceives the treatment's helpfulness, and a few other topics. There's also the IRP or Behavior Intervention Rating Profile. It's used more in schools, focuses on the risk to client, treatment time frame, effects on those around the client, usually completed by the classroom teacher. There is an abbreviated form that parents filled out called the Abbreviated Acceptability Rating Profile. Another subset of this is the Children's Intervention Rating Profile that focuses on the client's experience. Lastly, the best practices in utilizing the CCD. This article focused more on analyzing differing studies that used the CCD. However, I found its explanation in the infographic to have a light bulb moment for me in understanding this concept. It allowed me to create my own term to understand it. For me, sequential shaping just made sense on a personal level. Context in which to use the CCD. When large increases or decreases in behavior is unlikely or unwanted, it uses small shifts to achieve change. Meeting the requirements for reinforcement, change little by little as time goes on, and small changes in design should be applied to behaviors that are stubborn. Here are my references. Thank you very much.